All right, good morning, everybody. Um, Happy Tuesday. Let's get this party started here, and let's start our analysis for the morning. We have about 19 minutes to the cash market open. Yeah, good morning, Gary. Good morning, everybody coming in. Let's take a look here. We're gonna start with our daily. Obviously, that's how we start every single day, right? We're looking for the daily chart. Give me a one moment. Here we go. So when you're looking at that an all-time high, you're looking at a rotation and a push higher. Yesterday, we started off with an inside day, then the market expanded outside of it, and this has been the mode of operation for the market. It's been doing this on a consistent basis for the past week and a half. So and today it looks like it's going to be no different in the fact that we are in an inside day. So the high and the low of today is within the high and the low of the prior day, and that tells us that the market is in a consolidation. And then once the ranges open up in the morning, you're seeing that expanding below and above that range. So a couple of important levels to consider is that 90, 890, 75. That's Globex. And we're looking at that Globex as an area of inflection for the rest of the day. If we continue to trade under that level, more pressure will step into this market. I mean, there's some headline news that keeps coming up that is negative, and you're still getting a market that's running up. And that tells you the strength of this market right now. You have a high. That high is 918.75. The low is 76,675. So those are the two ranges from yesterday that we need to be paying attention to. Okay. And also at 850.75, we need to be paying attention to that price. And if we go under that level, we're going to start getting a little bit of a push to the downside. Let me just make sure that we are getting audio for everybody here. Give me 1 second. Here we go. Let's see. Yeah, I see that we're audio is good. All right, we see audio is good. All right, so audio is good. Everybody's listening. Okay, I'm gonna make sure that everybody's is paying attention and listening to this deal here. Good morning, Omer. How are you? So back to that conversation that we're in right now. It's so that's the high and the low. We're in inside day. We are going to be looking at more pronounced uh, uh, charts, but for the big picture, you are seeing that behavior. And if there's anything consistent about market behavior, is you're getting a contraction expansion, uh, you know, behaviors. The market starts in a tight range, and then all of a sudden you get an expansion and explosion on price action. Then you get a contraction and expansion. If there's anything consistent about price action, is that behavior that you see right there. So these are the different levels, and we're going to go look at the high. We're going to look at the high of the day, which is above Globex. Globex is at that 89 level. The low of that candle is 850.75. Those are levels that we're going to be looking at. Now we take that and we dig deeper. And what do I mean by digging deeper? It's you're digging deeper into this chart right here. Okay, and right now what you're seeing 100 NT Rinko, and you're seeing Globex right at that 89 level. Um, really, at the open, if the longs want to exert themselves, they would close right at that 91 level. And doing that, they will establish a captain setup, and that captain setup then at that point will start getting us toward that 912. Then target number 3 will be 1615 and a quarter. Then if we experience an outlier, basically an all-time high behavior, and basically we're running up into those levels, you're looking at 325 and 531. No, now those on 100 NT Rinko, they're going to be an outlier behavior, and it's going to take some effort from the market to get there, and it's probably days to weeks. But that's the setup. Let me just kind of show you what happens when you get yourself a captain setup. That's just one of them right here. Some of them move for a small amount, but this was a catalyst from 533, 15,337, 600 points, right? Yeah. So you get that expansion of price. So we want to see if the market is going to be that strong coming into the open, and the open here is coming up in 13 minutes. If you start breaking anything above that 77, there's a high probability we are going to be closing at the 89. Then you got the captain set up and expansion to 912. If that does not happen, and that's why it's important for me to kind of just be patient and wait for price to just tip its hand, because there's going to be a lot of opportunities to make money. Like, for example, you don't have to get that high in order to participate on the short that's coming all the way down. There is about a 200-point range that the market did, that day, yesterday actually. So that, as long as you figure out that this is what the market is doing, then you could participate. Now, we understand what we're looking for here as far as ranges, either a 91 break or you break below the 836. Anything in between is you're basically you want to get more information out of the market before you jump in to this behavior. Yeah, good morning, Safe. How are you? Good morning. Now let's take a look at the 50 NT Rinko. All right. So the 50 NT Rinko is a long, and obviously the cloud is positive. You are in channel number 1 of this rotation, and you're very close to Globex. Target number 2 is the 899.75. Now, I did a study yesterday, and I looked at the past year of this signal, a whole year. And whenever you see a captain setup switch trade like that, it typically gives you a significant move in price action and direction. And in the past year, we experienced, let me see here, 54, 11, 15, 65, 65 signals. So in the past 365 days, and not a calendar year, but a rotating year, we had 65 signals of this market doing the exact same thing. Captain setup switch trade on the 50 NT Rinko. Out of those, 54 were successful of 10 points or high or more, while 11 of them stopped you out for a 7-point stop. So that's a successful signal. So whenever you see this, basically in any time frame, really, but you get more noise if you try this with 6 NT Rinko versus you doing it with, 20, 12, 20, and 100. 12, 20, 50, and 100. I mean, those are very strong. I'll just show you another one that just happened today. Captain set up switch trade short on the 25 NT Rinko, and boom, that market kind of worked out right there. So just pay attention to that signal. It's a successful one, especially when you see it on the 100 and the 50. It becomes a big pivot in price action that is definitely worth paying attention to. All right, now let's take a look at the 20 and the 20. We're seeing a captain setup here. Market is running up. There's a captain setup here. Just they built it right now. So there, it's just one of those things that we need more information out of this market before we get involved in putting on any trades. What am I looking for? I want to see if they break the Globex. I mean, that's just basically what I'm looking at here. Globex right there. You got to break that 91 before we get involved in anything. All right, and 12 NT Rinko is positive, and there's a captain setup right there. So basically, what is it? The 20 NT Rinko is telling us it's positive, the 50 and the 100, and it's all consistent with a market that is going higher so far. So that's kind of the picture on NQ. So the first 15 minutes or so, unless something spectacular is happening, like a double captain setup or captain setup switch trade, the first 10-15 minutes I'm going to be patient. That's my plan. What am I be patienting for? What am I patient for? It's an 89 close or below 55. Okay. And let's move on and go into looking at ES. ES right now is in and around Globex, and it just seems like the past few days, that's how we open, and that's how we just basically spend a lot of time, just working around that level before expanding. Okay. As far as an exact signals, I mean, you have a captain set up here short. The market responded very well to it, 46.03 to the 45.98.75, and then reversed it. So that becomes a bullish behavior, and you are working within channel number 1 of this price action. You hit target number 2. If you flush sell into that 46.03.75 and get a 1 candle reversal, then you're getting yourself an actual move to the upside or a continuation. Okay, now let's take a quick look at a couple of other instruments that we are watching. Here you go, YM. All right, so that is almost, it looks very similar to how ES looks like. And you're getting yourself like, okay, so ES and NQ, ES and YM are above Globex, while NQ is under Globex. So there's a disconnect between those two instruments. Right now, a pullback into that middle of the range at 35.781. It's a lot of numbers, all-time high here. But came in, you give me a 1 candle reversal, we could talk business about getting involved in the long, but more long than short in YM, just purely on the momentum and the structure of the price action right now. Now from there, we are going to move on and just look at gold. Gold has been in the news lately. So far under Globex, Globex is right here. They switched the cloud right now, but we really the shorts need to protect 94.9 and 97. If they continue to trade under those into the morning, we may see a push lower in price action into target number 1. All right. So that's that. All right. So we're about 4 minutes away from the cash market open. And let's get this party started here. We have about 3 minutes. I put on a few trades early on before the market opened. Let's take a look at the Fib. All right, 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I mean, if they close this candle right here at the open here in about 1 minute, that would lead to a push lower. All right, guys. Good morning, Yanis. How are you? Good morning, Safe. Good morning, Omer. Good morning, Gary. Good luck, everybody. And let's just get this party started here. 1 minute, 2. Yeah, we're doing good. We're doing good. Here it comes. Let's see how this one is going to go. Double captain setup long. That's what they're doing right now. So we're pushing. That's a double captain setup right there. Wow. So pushing price action long here. You know the 89, right? You got to pay attention to the 89. Okay. Six 64 is going to be critical. Yeah, here we go again. They're pushing 80. Yeah, well, it looks like we're going to close higher. I'm surprised the price action is kind of slow in the way it's opening up. But we should be getting up to target number 2 of the sequence at 87, 89, which will close the 100 NT Rinko. That's kind of what we're seeing here. Double captain setup, ran it up, came and retested, and looking higher. Switch trade on the 50 NT Rinko higher as well. So you're really kind of looking at, we're going to be patient. We're going to be patient, but there is signs that the market is going to be long. Well, obviously it is long here. Hit target number 2, came back and faded one more time. Let's take a look here. 90.75. Okay. So 90.75. Here comes. Long is long. Here you go. How was yesterday? Yesterday was good. Yesterday was good, actually, but really good. I think I made a bunch of trades. Let's see here. Yeah, I know you're not in. It's interesting that the market is doing this, but that's how I ended up the day. I ended up the day 4100 during the room. I was up 2200, and then I made bunch kind of later on 12, 3, and 6 o'clock. So I end up trading a little bit. All right, so let's just keep working here. This is important. We're failing to come in. We're failing to come in and break that 89. I mean, we came within a tick. It's interesting that the market is spending that much time in this zone. Now, this is almost like the third time we come up to that level. So you should be expecting, yeah, here we go, a close, and off you go. Here we go. That's the close right there. So we're looking for retracements as a buying opportunity. And the 80 is one of them. Oh, geez. They're not going to give you nothing here. So 3 and 80, 80.50. So 80.50 is one spot. And we're going to try to go to the 866, 850. And let me see, he's 76. Oh, 76, 75. And let's see if we can get any fills off a captain setup. I mean, unless they want to come and jack all the captain setup all the way to the 50. But let's see what happens here. We're looking for an entry point at 96 against the 900 number. You would think they'll fade it down a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna fade nothing. And not fading a damn thing. This thing is running up. Yeah, you just try not to get not to fade this type of market. I mean, they're gonna rip everybody's heads off here. And off you go. All right, so that one, I'm just gonna go ahead and cancel my order. I mean, they're not gonna fill it the way I want it to be filled, so I'm gonna just be patient here. I mean, literally give you a one candle reversal. That's a good captain setup right here. So the sign that this thing was shifting long at the open is when you had the captain setup, then a double captain setup came and retested and held, and that was the cue that the market is just strong here. And attempt at breaking that 65, it just couldn't. They couldn't do it. They just could not do it. I could start participating, but I need 95.85 price action. I mean, 901 captain setup on the 12 NT Rinco. They're pushing it higher. Now everything is in sync. You got the 100 with the captain setup. You got the 50. You got the 20. You got the 12. Every single thing is telling you long and long and long. Long pullbacks. So where does that picture change? Here you go. That's interesting here. Man, that's a good captain setup right there, right? If you break 78, 78. Okay. Okay. So you figured out your rhythmic issues. So are you can you trade, right? Now you can, right? Okay. Good deal. What was the issue? Well, here you go. I mean, this market is behaving very bullish based on that captain setup long on the 100 NT Rinco, and we are a watcher of that price action. I mean, I had orders out here, just they're not. It did not fail. I mean, they just give us the best thing they gave us is a switch trade around that 93 half, and off you go. Okay, I got you. Okay, as long as you're all good and taken care of, Giannis. If you run into problems like that, let me know too. So what are we supposed to do here? It's very simple. We have to be patient now. I mean, the trade is trying to get that captain set up early on for that run up, and very decent run up. Just you have to get filled. If you don't get filled, you don't chase, because there's always another opportunity somewhere. So we're not chasing nothing. If I don't trade, I don't trade. We'll be good. So let's just keep working through this market. And I mean, some of the levels that I'd be interested in is 911 half and 98.50. So let's wait for those levels. ES just hit that 14, which is actually to the tick. Hit target number 3, which is 1375, and boom, price action just dropped. So that's good. I mean, we need rotations. If they just take it all the way, straight up parabolic, it just it almost takes us out of the game as far as trying to get in. So while that's going on, so SHIB and Bitcoin and Ethereum and all of them are stuck in a range, and you're getting, especially SHIB is getting a rotation around a whole number 70, and I'm looking at 51, 45, and 410 as an opportunity to actually buy. So I got my orders out there waiting, and we'll see if they come down to my level or not. They may not. Look at that, man. It's just a beast. Captain set up at these high levels, and they are just literally ripping the everybody's face off. Definitely, if you're short, you're hurting right now. Target number 5 of the sequence is 952 and a quarter. Target number 5 is hit, 952 and a quarter. Very nice price action. Very nice. Now, I mean, especially at these levels, whenever you hit target number 5, there is always a fade that happens around these levels. So we're not gonna get ahead of anything here. Like I'm telling you, you don't want to anything short of 100 NT Rinko reversal. Don't even try it. 916 and a quarter. So 916 and a quarter. So if we close, Do I want to get long after hitting target number 4 and 5? It's not. It's You still have a bit of momentum left in this rotation, but it's still just too extended for my taste, and they could even run it even further. But it's one of those things. Captain set up long on the 100, and this price action just shoots up. Long and strong. We're trading over or above Globex. I mean, obviously, and above target number 5. That 15 on ES is an area of a bit of a resistance. This is a part about patience that you gotta just have, because I can't get long up here. I just simply will not do it. And they're extended, over 100% on these levels. So it's just one of those things that you just got to be patient. And even trying to fade, like you're trying to fade here, you're going to be trading. You're going to be fading against 100 into your Inco, and that is not healthy for your account typically. So if they are, if they mean to reverse this, then this is what has to happen here. You got to close at 15 and a 15 and a quarter. I said 16, but it's 15 and a quarter. So you close 15 and a quarter, 16, then yeah, you may get some short pressure, but otherwise, look what they're doing. They're really grinding people higher, and that's not even grinding. They're just shot up higher after that captain setup, which was a beautiful captain setup. But that was the key for the day, really, and that's going to be a pivot point for the rest of the day, if not the rest of the week. What you're seeing happening right now, because any sell pressure under that captain setup is going to be a pivot point, because you got two of them right now. One here that failed, then one here that worked. So that zone right here is going to be a critical level for the remainder of the week. Yeah, Gary, that was a the minute they closed at 89, it was just you're really looking for longs every step of the way. So let's be patient. I keep saying that. Good morning, Sheila. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. ES is moving higher. Rotations, a pullback is every pullback we're seeing, they're getting bought up. 15 is a critical level here. Typically, they will pause it in and around this level right now, but the market is fairly strong. Let's take a look at ES. Not ES, but YM. Now that is unique. They pulled back YM, and now we're trading below Globex. That tells you, you have an NQ and ES on one hand and YM on the other hand, not cooperating and moving in the same direction. Gold consolidation around Globex. If this candle that we are in closes at 90.8, that will be a captain setup short, similar to this one right here. And actually, it's a stronger one considering the fact that we shifted the cloud and we're against Globex. So this could be a trade that we need to kind of consider at 90.8, but we have our hands full with NQ right now. All right. Yeah, that's a good trade, Frida. It's a good trade. So they paused in around that 15 and now they're just running it over. Like it's actually moving better than NQ and YM. They're putting switch trades on NQ even at these levels. It's interesting to see. So they're pushing this higher a little bit here, probably to the 64. Yeah, Frida, that NQ is very lucrative instrument. It moves fast, has a lot of rotations, and there's very specific signals that we look at that kind of puts things in our advantage. Captain setup is one of them, and that's actually the trigger for the whole day is this right here. Boy, oh boy, that captain setup long right on Globex. We started putting orders on pullbacks, but the pullbacks never came, and you got to push in that market. But that's fine. It's just I'm not a chaser of things. Either it comes to me or I'll pass and look for the next one. So we're getting a pause here in ES. We're getting a bit of a pause in NQ. YM is lagging, and gold is moving. We're waiting on that captain setup to develop. Okay, so we have a captain setup here failure, getting a pullback in ES. So we're about to shift. No, I wouldn't call it shift, but we're about to go through a bit of selling pressure right now. Good morning, Hadid. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. How are you? Interesting would be if they put a switch trade right here, meaning a close at 948.75. If they do that, then that would be an area where a little bit of pressure on the short side will start coming. So we're getting a captain setup failure, then a captain setup on the 12 NT Rinko here. So this area is congested, meaning there's a pause in this market, and they're trying to rotate or finding a way to rotate. But you're getting an NES that's making higher highs and higher lows, and every little blip they come and buy it. So there's not really a constructive environment for a short, and you definitely need to come into that 28 area and close before we even discuss anything here. But there's signs. Signs are things are getting tired. That's what the signs are. So if you're already long from earlier, not a bad spot to take off a little bit. I wouldn't call this environment a raging bear market, that's for sure. So, but a switch trade right here, short, can pick up some steam to that 40. Here you go. You're putting that switch trade right here. A little bit of pressure coming through. See, you see the signs of the shift before they happen. Oh, baby, let's look at that. All right, something's going on. Gonna start looking for potential shorts on rallies if we break that 28. Yep. We want to see if we can get a 37, 37.50, and 48.
Order pending.
I mean, I would hate to just get in here, but I may just want to get in one. Yeah, look at that. That's almost like chasing.
Order filled.
Yeah, I'll just take one here, and I'm adding at these levels. Let's see if because we may be in a parabolic type of environment where the market is just not giving you much room to get in there. So I'm not gonna oversize that. I'll just I mean, ultimately, you're going to that 900. If I get 10 points out of this, I may dump it and wait for higher prices. If they run it up to 37, that's great. Well, let's see.
Target filled. Order canceled.
All right, that was a good trade right there. But see, I mean, they're not giving us that big rotation back up in order for us to get in. So I kind of had to go with small amount and just kind of rotate and make money this way. Not a bad trade to start the day off with, but I was looking for more. So let's see what happened when it runs back up. So that trade that we did here was $266, and we are up 353 for the day. You see that rotation? I mean, boom. That's some selling pressure coming in. So they're running this thing up a little bit here, which is fine, as long as you're trading under that 40, you should be just fine. So if we get to that 31, 31 and a half, ES is pausing and consolidating in this range between that 15 to the 12 area. All right, they're putting a switch trade right here, which tells me that we need to be, see if they can break that 31, and we'll see what happens. I mean, if they put a captain setup short, I'll jump in. If they put a close at 18.5, and I'll just go ahead and put the order out there.
Order pending.
Yeah, don't look like it. Nope.
Order
Canceling
canceled.
that order. If you start breaking back into that 20 and channel number 2, that'll be great for the shorts. Yeah, they're moving this thing along here. I mean, right here was not a bad spot to get in. Be honest with you, it's just the market is a little bit strong, and I kind of elected to kind of be patient with it. You start breaking above 41, it kind of almost changes the complexion of this market. All right, well, here it goes. We're looking for pullbacks as a buying opportunity now. I mean, see how the shorts are short lived, even though it was a convincing reversal, but that was more of a test of Globex. We got very close to Globex and flipped it, so you got to be quick here. 40.75. So you're looking for a pullback, and let's see what we can do with it. I mean, a couple of spots for longs is 28 and 21.
Order pending. Order pending.
Let's see if we get there. Still strong here. Still strong. I'm looking for a pullback as a buying opportunity. I mean, if we can get 32, I'll even look at 32. Switch trade long on ES on the 6 NT Rinko at, excuse me, 1775. So that's the catalyst for a push in the, excuse me, to the 20s, which probably push NQ as well. I got my orders out there. We'll see if we get filled or not. Well, let's see if they even pull it back. It could be scary afterwards. Let's see if they even pull it back. Like, I wouldn't buy it here, but if it pulls back into that, well, now it's 40. Okay, so ES is not behaving as expected here. I mean, if they put a captain setup short at 15.5, that would be the catalyst that will push both ES and NQ lower. Let's see here. I think we're gonna just go with a 28. Yeah, 28 is not a bad thing here. Anything that is not 28, I'll go 40. Well, let's see here, 39, 38.
Order pending.
All right, let's see. I mean, ES is still, migrated to the 18.5, 19 range. NQ is just pulling back. I mean, I'm looking at 38 just for one contract, and I'll get more at the 28 if it gets there. If I can get aggressive, if I want to get aggressive, I can get in here at the 50 and take on any heat that comes from a pullback. But I kind of rather not do that at these levels. Because you really are still extended into target number 5 from that prior rotation. So right here, we don't need to get too cute with being too aggressively long. So let's see. I mean, they're giving the impression of a lower high in NQ and a double top. That's the impression they're trying to give. And how they will break that impression is by a dip here that will get the shorts engaged, then ripping the high of 60 into 70 and run that up. That's how they would beat these guys up. Ultimately, all my trades here has a stop of 15, 915 against that 915. So we'll see. I mean, I have my orders out there. ES is moving higher. There you go. All right, so I took a point and a quarter on that because we're basically established channel number 2, and we put a switch trade right on it. I'll draw those lines in a second. So I don't necessarily want to be too, even with one contract, I want to be patient because now if they close this candle to 44 and a quarter, that would be a captain setup. Then I can get back in long. But here I want to manage my risk a little bit tighter. So what I'm talking about is that's channel number 2 right here. So you never, and they put a captain setup on top of it right here. So there's a lot of reasons for me to say, okay, well, let's just hold off here. Ooh, put a captain setup. Oh yeah.
Order filled.
I'll get in. I will get right back in.
Order pending. Order filled.
Thank you.
Order
Thank
filled.
you. And break even. Let's see if we can hold on to this thing for a bigger move into the 55, 60, and potentially all the way to the top. Yeah, we may end up getting stopped out here.
Stop filled.
Whatever. I know a little bit too tight. I'm a little bit too tight here, but that's fine. I mean, I like this captain setup where it's at. So we made a little bit of money on this trade, not much, but it's gonna rip back up. So we made what, $163 on that, and 26 before that. So we're 32.42, and let's just keep working. Switch trade on ES is still holding up, and price action is moving higher. What is this? 38. Longs are in charge. Of course. Yeah, so that's the impression the market is giving, is that double top impression, but it's the internals of the market is still strong. I mean, okay, now look at that move off that captain, and that's the double captain. That's the double captain setup, by the way. Ain't nothing wrong with that. 2 points is 2 points. I made a little bit less here, but it's just one of those things that you gotta take it while you have it. Yanis, what did you say? You're in till now? Oh, and that. Oh, you made 175. Yeah, good for you. One contract, 175. That's good. That's good. So let's keep working here. Market is long and strong. How many trades did you make, Yanis? Uh, uh, Hadid, how are we doing today? Okay, it's almost 10 o'clock, and we're getting the behavior that we're seeing is long. So just kind of talking about what we're seeing here. We saw this move. Well, we saw everything basically, pretty much. We saw the captain setup that happened on the 100 NT Rinko. Didn't give us an entry point, but we saw all that rotation. The minute the market flipped, I recognize that this is kind of the behavior of this morning, where they're not just really giving you any opportunity to get in. So I took one contract and I just kind of got like a couple of $100 off of that deal, 226, I think. All right. Then in that run up, I recognize, I mean, to be honest with you, that was a good spot right here to kind of get involved. I saw this. I was like, all right, there's something going on here, because you're above 50% and you already ran like 2, 3 candles on the 100 NT Rinko. Then you got the reversal, and we were looked for the pullback. We got the pullback, got in, got out. When they put a captain setup on the 12, when they put double captain setup, I got in again. So now, the cumulative effect of those two trades is positive, and now you hit target number 2. All of this is a long bullish behavior, and you see ES as well holding up and firming and rotating higher. Yanis, if you're not okay, so it's important for us to meet. So if Wednesday is not working, let's try to do Thursday. Friday is a bit. Thursday is a better choice if you can make it on Thursday. Now let's see here. Before the session, before the morning. Okay, let's just do Friday. Let's do Friday. Let's do Friday. Let me just privately text you so we're not having this conversation. Yeah, no problem, Eunice. No problem. If we break 28, then we got something going on. If otherwise, we're just kind of basically patiently waiting. Looks like 28 is coming up. Nice push here on ES on that 2275. 28 will close the 100 NT Rinko on NQ. So we could start looking at fading the longs into a short setup. So let's see what happened here. All right, so let's see if 28 happens, and if it does, then that will shift the personality one more time in the market, and we will start looking at a potential opportunity to go short. ES is still long. I mean, unless you break that 14, you're really not. These rotations are viable. Yeah, I think it's holding up here. You're getting very close to. Yeah, that's good. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and. So what are we noticing here? What are we seeing? ES is still strong. NQ is less of, if you compare it to ES, but it is still holding up these levels. we're coming to 28 and not really quite getting there. So that is kind of, you know, has a bullish tone to it. Now, what I don't necessarily like that much is the fact that we broke this channel number 2 of the sequence. So now we're going to get a rally, and that rally is going to get retested, and we'll see if we can push lower or not. And so ultimately, things are slowing down. Like, there is quite the obvious slowness. The amount of rotations that are happening is not as much. So you got to look at your day and say, okay, market's slowing down. It's coming up on lunch hour. You know, tighten up your entry rules. Make sure that you're not just jumping in on anything. The highest quality trades and setups. Market is long. Continue to go long in this market. And if you look at how the picture looks like, we're talking earlier how they're making it look like a double top right here. Then, we took that advantage of that, ran it up to target number 2. They pulled it back, and we're gonna see if these levels will hold up, or are they gonna flip this market and run at that 28 one more time and actually break it. And if they break it, then we need to respond to that. Now, FOMC meeting rate, the meeting and rate announcement is going to be tomorrow, and we see how the market always tries to position themselves for that announcement in the morning, the day before, and that's and typically you'll get multiple moves. Then the market kind of gets quiet till the announcement, then it's fireworks again. All right, long and strong in ES, long and strong in NQ. Let's take a look at the rest of the instruments out there. Oh, finally, YM breaks out. Finally, it breaks out. Target number 3 is hit on YM, 35,907. Pullbacks are buyable. Let's see, gold. Ooh, look at that. See that captain setup that we talked about earlier on? If that one closed at 90.8, it paid, and this is another retest of it. So we're expecting a push in gold to 89.2 and potentially to 85.3. That's a very bearish, formation right there. All right, interesting. Look at those two captain setups right here. on the 12 NT Rinko. That kind of tells me that the market is struggling here a little bit. That's a double captain setup on the 12 NT Rinko, a short against 49 against that 54, and we're expecting a bit of a push lower here. Yeah, Gary. I mean, if it gets in there, I'll take a look. Okay. I mean, we're talking about the Bears. I mean, they kind of gave them a little bit of a break right here, but I mean, you could tell this market is it's grinding. That's why I was saying earlier on. They're giving the impression of a double top. They get it very close to the shift, and then they rally that market back up. So all of our behavior here should be long, and all of our behavior in that past rotation is short. And you have to remember that we are coming off a signal, a captain set up. Look at this. Boom. They're going to just rip everything up. Yeah, there you go. And off you go. Boom. Strong market. Very strong market. Are you saying 30 on? Yeah. I mean, we may end up seeing 16,000 today. We're not that far off. I mean, let's take a look at the daily here. Yeah, look at that. No inflation, no COVID, not a worry in the world. Market is just running. Try to get short in this environment. I mean, you have to be very surgical. You have to be very, very precise if you're going to go into a pocket and try to get, short in this market. And we were able to do it, but, we were picking a very specific signal. In this case, it was a continuation trade, inception trade at 924.75 after a one candle reversal. And boom, I mean, we made a little bit of money. But guess what? Look how they reversed it very quickly. If this market is actually short market, you that test here and the test here would have held, and you would have gotten continuation trades lower. So you have to be very nimble in this type of market and make sure that you're following the 100 NT Rinko every way it goes. I mean, look at that. The market told us captain set up long, beautiful. Okay, all that run up, a reversal. You follow that till that one reverses, and it did, and 41 all the way to where you're seeing right now. So 16,000 is very close to target number 3. Target number 3 is 16,015 and a quarter. Then you're going to get an outlier behavior, which is 16,325 and 16,531. And those will take days, not weeks, to get there. But from target 1 to target 3, we are within the past couple of days are migrating toward those prices. So this is a swing trade setup right here. Let's keep watching. Yeah, I mean, we keep saying these kind of things, Gary. There's no way they're gonna, hold the market any higher than this. It's too high. It's too extended. It's too this. It's too that, and the market keeps on going higher and higher and higher. We say, oh, FOMC meeting is coming up, and there's no way they're gonna hold on to these prices this high, and they keep taking it higher and higher and higher. Simply, you cannot come to this market and have a pre-existing assumption of what should and could and needs to happen. Follow the 100. Keep it mechanical. Keep it where your overall opinion, and I know everybody has their own opinions, is not as is flexible. Let's call it flexible. So you have a flexible opinion according to what the market is giving you, because it's not only it prevents you from having a very stiff opinion of the market, prevents you from, gets you in trouble by getting you in the wrong side of the market, but prevents you from actually taking advantage when the market is running up and you're not in it because you think it's going to turn, right? Let it turn, then start working that angle. But while it's still moving up, just keep going. Yeah, we all have that crystal ball, don't we? I know people who are short from 8,000 or thought the market is doomed at 8,000, right? You remember that conversation, Gary? Yeah, very true, Giannis. Very true. Which actually, it requires you to suspend your ego a little bit. And why do I say ego? Because we wrap our self-worth around our personal opinion. So if you make a trade that doesn't go exactly the way it should, or it's going against you, and you wrap up your ego around it, you tend to hold on to it and fight when you should be giving that trade away. And there's a lot of elements that are psychology driven, you know. So like right now, keep it mechanical. So the market closes, the 100 NT Rinko closes, right? If the 100 NT Rinko closes at 41.75, 41, then I mean I have a legitimate reason to try to fade this, because that's when fading start to happen, is whenever you start flipping. That doesn't mean I go and trade that anywhere. That means I just need to, here we go. It's 10:53 and we're about to flip this thing one more time. So I guess the point that I'm trying to make is just be mentally flexible. Don't hold on to a very strong opinions about directions of the market, and don't get stubborn. Just let it go. Trade is not working. Just let it go. Just live to fight another day. Isn't there a song that says "Let it go, let it go"? Well, here you go. Gary's saying it. We'll share that with the group, man. I mean, you're sending it to me like I don't already know it. So I was told that song, "Let It Go, Let It Go," it's from the cartoon Frozen. So I guess that's what where my mind is at. Look, I mean, here you go, Gary. All right, this thing closes. This thing closed. All right, let's see if we can get some shorts going. First one's gonna be 54,
Order pending.
and we're gonna try 60,
Order pending.
and I'm gonna try. Since it seems like I have to try a bunch of stuff. 50, is that 50? Yeah, 50. Okay, so let's try 50. But I'm
Order
gonna try it
pending.
for one. Let's see. I mean, are we gonna get it? Are we not gonna get it? How's the market gonna behave? I'm not gonna just get short here. I mean, there's no way. So I just hope that they give me a run up and I can take advantage of that run up, which typically is weaker hands, and start getting short into that. It's very, very grindy lower here. You know, it's a grind, grind, grind. No bounces, nothing. Okay, 3.25. Great. There you go. Yeah, I don't like it. That's what they call chasing, Gary. Doesn't matter if it works or not, still chasing. All right, guys, it doesn't look like I'm gonna get filled on that one, and already we passed one of the 100 NT Rinko candles. So the market flipped, give us a one candle reversal. All right. So I'm gonna have to cancel my stuff here. Yeah, look at that.
Order canceled. Order canceled.
If you do that behavior 100 times in a row, you'll come out negative. That's just as simple as that. Doesn't matter if one behavior works this time. If you just do it 100 times and you short the lows, what do you think is going to happen? Lose money. Anyway, so it's 11:03, and where are we at for the day? We're up 32, 42, 10 after commission. And we will see you guys bright and early tomorrow. Now, we got a couple of things going on. One of them, a meeting with Omer, right? So we have a meeting today, right now, correct? Okay. All right, guys. Then Hadid also around 12:30. Everybody else, we'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning.